Hey guys, in this one, we're going to be talking about what is programming and actually understanding what is programming. So, to start with it, the first thing I'd like to tell you is do not be scared of programming. Yes, it does look complicated and scary at first, but when you actually understand what is programming, it's super simple. And why do I say this? It's simply because programming is nothing but talking to your computer, well, in a language that it understands. So, just like both of us are human and you understand the English language, you know what I'm trying to tell you and you understand what I'm talking about. So, when you talk to your computer in a language that your computer understands, it's going to understand you and, well, it's going to make the whole process of programming easier. Now, one pro tip on learning programming is learn it just the way you would learn any other language or any other humanly spoken language. So let's say you do not know how to speak in Spanish and you take a Spanish class tomorrow. So the way you'd learn every alphabet in Spanish and every other word in Spanish and how to form sentences in Spanish, you just want to learn programming in a similar way because at the end of the day, it's just a language. And the difference is that it's not a humanly spoken language, it's a computer programming language. So the language that you learn, your computer would understand. So, as I told you, when we speak in English, we understand each other. So, if you'd give me an instruction to, write some code, I would understand it because you'd probably give it to me in English, and I know or I understand the English language, right? So, it's easier for me to follow what you asked me to do. Just like that, if I give an instruction to a computer in a programming language, it would understand me and, well, do what I've asked it to or do what I've instructed it to do. Let's take a look at an example. So, here on the screen, we see a person. The person's going to instruct the computer to, well, draw a blue square. Now, the computer knows that it needs to draw a square and it needs to draw a blue square. And let's just assume that this person has written code for this or has written a program for this. So the computer understands that and draws a blue square on the screen, just like you see. Additionally, if this person asks the computer to calculate the result of 1 plus 1, so the computer knows that there's two numbers, there's 1 and then there's another 1. And the plus sign in between stands for addition. So it needs to add both the numbers. So since this instruction was given to the computer, well, the computer is simply going to give you the result, which is 1 plus 1 equals 2. It's that simple. Let's take another example on instructions, but this time not in the sense of a computer or programming, but in the sense of our daily lives. Yeah. So let's say you wanted to build a game or you're playing a game where there's a plane and you've coded it such that whenever you press the up arrow key, the plane moves forward. So, what's happening here is you, as a programmer, have told the computer that whenever the up arrow key is pressed, you want to move the plane up, or you've given it a move up instruction. So, as you see on the screen, when the up key is pressed, you want the computer to move the plane ahead. And that's it. That is one instruction that you have coded into the computer, and your computer simply follows the instruction. Your computer is never going to ask you questions or it's never going to debate upon, well, I'm not going to move that up because I don't want to, because you code the computer. And there's one thing that I like to say, that a program is just as smart as its programmer. So whatever you ask your program to do or the computer to do, it's going to do that. And if it doesn't do that, well, you've programmed it wrong or you've given it the wrong instructions. Now, let's take another example that we use in our daily lives. So, in this case, you want to go shopping for milk. When we go to shop for milk, there's a set of steps that we follow, a set of instructions that we follow. The first step would be simply go to the store, obviously, right? You want to go to the store to get some milk. So you go to the store where you'd find some milk. Then you'd pick up the milk. Step three would be to pay for the milk because obviously you're not going to run away or go walk out of the store without paying for the milk. And then step four is going to be come back home with the milk that you wanted. So just like this, in our daily lives, there's a certain set of steps that we follow. we would write these steps in code for the computer to do certain tasks for us. And that is programming. Let's take a look at how to actually write code in the upcoming videos and stay tuned for it. So I'll see you in the next one.